Hey, Donna. There she is, the good old Fort Lauderdale water taxi. Said hi. Hi, Princess. Get the color of the sky. Hi, Melody. And the moon. Hey, Catherine. Hello, my friends. I'm here in my intercoastal abode. We had a chilly day today. I don't think it got up much past 70 degrees, which is weird because yesterday it was super hot and humid. Hi, David. So I don't know if it was the cold weather or what, but it put me in a coma. I'm having the most tired day ever. Could also be because I was like, did 5 miles on the beach yesterday. I don't know, but changes of seasons wipes me out. What about you guys? So, hi, Darla. Now, Darla has some amazing news for us all regarding the fact that she was diagnosed with glaucoma, and she was very upset about this, obviously. Hi, Holly. And we were all praying for her on our show, if you recall, and she told us that she had glaucoma, and she went to the doctors, and guess what? Tell them, Darla, tell them. God healed my eyes. No more glaucoma. That's amazing. So it was the power of prayer and the power of the Lord. Amen, indeed. So super happy for you, Darla. I had to come on and tell everybody that your prayers worked. So we all help facilitate a miracle for our dear friend Darla. Look how pretty it is out here. Anyway, I wanted to make sure y'all knew that, and that prayers work and miracles can happen. Praise the Lord. So wonderful. Hallelujah. Could be the lying doctor, says Laura. They are doing it with cancer patients. You know, oh, Laura, I feel the same. I don't trust doctors at all, especially after COVID. COVID destroyed any kind of trust I ever had in doctors, and it wasn't much to begin with. Thank you for the floating heart. I appreciate that. Darla says, 2 doctors told me I had it, and I went back to the specialist, and he said I don't. Gave after he told me a few weeks ago that I did. Wow. Yes, God is so good. Donna hasn't been to the doctor since 2012 except for the dermatologist because she's a Florida sun worshiper. Well, yes, I'm also a Florida sun worshiper, and I'm not going to the dermatologist or any doctors. I don't trust them. I just don't. And I feel fine. And I'm going to be 60 years old, and I don't think there's one thing wrong with me. Kayla says, watch the video, Chemical Farming and the Loss of Human Health by Dr. Zach Brown. You will never trust a doctor again. Yeah, Kayla, I know exactly what you're talking about. I don't know that video, but I believe it. I moved to Switzerland in 1990 because I could see the writing on the wall. I'm writing a book about it right now, actually, called 7 Years in Switzerland. Back in the 80s, we were told to trust these people who lied to us repeatedly about everything. Nobody ever said I had cancer. Doug, however, I did have a situation maybe 15 years ago where when I was still getting mammograms, and the last mammogram I got, they told me that I had something called microcalcification, and they would need to do a needle biopsy, and that they were going to put a needle into my breast and pull out whatever was in there. And I said, oh no, you will not do that. And I never went to the doctor ever again. True story, bro. It's a cute little fishing boat cruising down the intercoastal. Chemotherapy also killed my mom when I was 12. Oh, I'm so sorry, Kayla. I think a lot of us do have cancer in our bodies, but our bodies get rid of the cancer. I don't think that you have to cut it out like the surgeons want. I lost both my parents and my husband to cancer. So it's a disease that I do not take lightly. Look at this. I love this twilight glow that the sky has right before it gets dark. Oh yeah, the calcification, right, Donna. I think a lot of people have that. Anyway, 15 years later, and if I had any kind of breast cancer, I think I probably wouldn't be alive right now. I think I would know it. PCP asked if I wanted a mammogram or a colonoscopy, and I said, no way. He just laughed and walked away. You know, because they know. I think those diagnostic tools are not all they're cracked up to be. They're not always right, and they're not always helpful. Of course, I am not a doctor, so do not listen to anything I say about medical anything and quote me on it, okay? Doug says, how many stories have we heard of people getting cancer, but instead of procedures, they go to a beach and fast and maybe just eat fruit after the first fast and veggies and they clear it instantly. Thank you, Doug. That's exactly right. And that's why I did a 7-day fast a week and a half ago. I don't have cancer. I don't have any health problems. But if anything is starting in my body, I'm going to nip it in the bud. That's what I did. And I feel fine. And being tired today, I think, is a result of the change of the seasons. All of a sudden, it's cold in Florida. I worked out a lot yesterday. So, you know, gotta give this old body a break. Doug, it was so easy. Yes, it was, I drank water, tea, and coffee. I supplemented my water with some lemon juice every day. I put baking soda in my coffee to cut down on the acidity. I also took some sea salt in my water. And after the third day, I had a bad moment on the third day where I do believe my body was switching over from running on glucose to ketones. And I felt kind of lightheaded and, you know, kind of nauseous. So I laid down for a couple hours. And then I got up and I was fine. And the next 4 days of my 7-day fast were so easy. I was not hungry. I had tons of energy. I mean, really felt like I was doing something so beneficial for myself. And it's been a week and a half since, and I feel wonderful. And here's something else interesting. So I bought a new scale. And this scale is made by, Brookstone. And it's got, like all these different measurements on it. Like it tells you how much fat you have. and how heavy your skeleton is. And I do not know how it can know all of these things, but I was really happy to see that it measures visceral fat. That's the fat around your organs, and something that's very dangerous. And I was concerned about it. And according to this new scale, I have a healthy amount of visceral fat. So thank you, Doug. Such a smart way to fast. Great job. How experienced were you in fasting before the week? Yeah, day 1 and 2 are always the hardest, but my problem is sometimes I can't sleep on nights 3 and 4. Oh, so you are also experienced at it. Yes, I've been fasting for the past maybe 7 or 8 years, practicing it. I did a 5-day fast, or maybe a 6-day fast, maybe like 5 years ago, and I had not attempted that ever since. So this past 7-day fast was something that I've worked my way up. Yes, you should read the Bible when you can't sleep during a long fast. Or even just, you put on YouTube and they tell Bible stories. I love those. I love to listen to a nice soothing voice. And you close your eyes and it puts me right out. So you might want to try that. Sandy's starting a fast tomorrow, but just a couple of days. Yeah, I'm going to start another fast. I'm only going to do like maybe a 3-day fast. Not yet. I'm not ready to do it after my 7-day fast. But my 7-day fast was so wonderful that I really, I'm holding myself back from doing it again. I know you shouldn't do that too often. But I really enjoyed it, honestly. Glass bottom boats. Have you ever been in a glass bottom boat? What if the water's murky? Doug's starting one tonight. Man, you know what? Maybe I'll do one too. It's addictive, fasting. Oh my gosh, it's so great. And then one of the funny things though is that, well, I don't know if this is so funny, but people are all talking about, oh, they're gonna stop SNAP benefits if the government doesn't open, and people are all freaking out about no food, and I'm like, I don't really need food that much. It doesn't bother me. It got dark really fast, didn't it? Can you look to the west? No, I could, but I'd have to go through the condo to get over there. Well, I can do it. Oh my gosh, no, it's really pretty out there. Okay, Donna's got a really good point, and we're gonna have to go over there right now. All right, you guys. Okay. Passing through. Just passing through. Look at the sky. It's so beautiful. Okay, guys. Donna is so right about this. Oh my gosh, wait till you see. Wait till you see. Woo, woo, look at that. Beautiful Fort Lauderdale sunset. Thank you for telling me about that, Donna. Oh, it's gorgeous out here. Just gorgeous. Been seeing a lot of interesting support for the SNAP hiatus. What kind of support? What do you mean? People who are buying food for people, or what's going on there? Yeah, that's a beautiful sunset. Much prettier over here than the other side, right? I love to see. That's right over there. That's our big city boulevard, Las Olas. You can see it right over there. I love my little town of Fort Lauderdale. People waking up because they're realizing like 30% of the people on SNAP were born in the USA. Exactly. And also, people who are getting free money for free food are buying a lot of crappy food as well. I thought they only needed 5 Democrats. Directing those in need to churches and community for engagement and the illegals. Oh, right, Holly. That's great. I think I saw a statistic like 1 in 8 people in America is depending on SNAP. I'll tell you what, I don't make very much money. And I'm sure that if I wanted to be on food stamps, I could be. And a long time ago, actually, when I was a newly divorced mother of 2 little children, and I had just run away from Switzerland with the clothes on my back, I did depend on the SNAP program for maybe a year. And it was humiliating for me, and I hated it. And I did not want to do that for long, and I got off of it as quickly as I possibly could. Yes, it's not intended for long-term assistance. It's really not. And it's not like we don't have enough food out there, you know? That's right. Some people have been on it their whole lives, and they don't even know how to fend for themselves. And that is a shame and no way to be a human in the year 2025. Beautiful sunset. Everyone's lights are on. Gorgeous fall evening here in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Hello, India. This is my favorite hometown, Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And I am having a very lazy day because of the change in temperature has just knocked me for a loop. All of a sudden, it's chilly. I woke up, I was supposed to meet one of my friends at the beach this afternoon, and she said, "Oh, it's really cold. I don't want to go to the beach today." I was like, what? It's cold? We Floridians don't like it to be cold. You know what, Melody? You have a really great point. Churches are basically built to give charity to those in need. And I think every church has a food pantry. And you're right. So many do cheat the system. And we all know people who do it. I know a guy who gets food stamps, claims he's got a disability. No one knows what the disability is except for maybe just stupidity and inactivity. And he is my age. I graduated high school with him, actually. And he doesn't do anything. And he gets food stamps. And when he gets food stamps, he sells them. That's disgusting. People like that are hurting the people who actually need them. Donna learned a lot from Social Security disability. Whose lawyer is Walter Gannott? Is that a guy we can watch on videos or something? Yeah, I would never apply for food stamps as an adult without children. It's one thing when you have children and you do need to feed children, but as an adult, if I don't have money for food, then guess what? I don't eat, and I'm better off for it. I am not complaining. I love my no eating days. Okay, Walter Gannott is on YouTube. He does live shows and does question and answers. Oh, good. Thank you, Donna, if you could write his name again so everybody could see. Yeah, that's what the lifers on food stamps do. They sell them. Yeah, this has to be taken care of. I mean, in a way, this government shutdown is really shining a light on the inequality in our world and people who take advantage of us versus people who actually need the help. I mean, there's times where, I fast on purpose, of course, but also times where I just feel like, If somebody's cooking, they invite me for dinner or whatever, then I eat. And if there is no food around me, I do not eat. I do not need to eat that often. He's shutting it down because we're not going to have a government anymore. Well, it could be. Walter GNOT, Social Security Disability Lawyer on YouTube. Donna says he is a very informative guy. People on YouTube think it's the end of the world. I know, right, Stuart? It's ridiculous. It's not the end of the world. You know, a lot of people are also talking about this end times. And what I say to that is, can you imagine World War II and people in Germany are being put into concentration camps and starved and murdered? Don't you think they thought it was end times back then? What does the Bible say about watching inappropriate movies? Does the Bible say anything about movies? I don't think it does. Don't think there were any movies back then. However, the Bible does say that we should not be afraid of anything. I know that. Donna says, so with all this food that's not going to be bought, it's going to make prices at the groceries go way down. Good point. Yeah, I'm not a fan of TV or movies either. Although I do still like my soap operas, but I'm even getting bored of them lately. David says, when I volunteered at a church, the amount of food being donated was overwhelming in a good way. Nutritious food, too. Hardly any junk. That's great. I mean, there is definitely a way to feed people. I think that our SNAP program has been taken advantage of. And like I said, a majority of the food being bought and consumed isn't even real food and isn't healthy for anyone. I've never heard of the Pyramid Theater. I don't go to theaters. I don't watch movies. I can't sit in to watch a whole movie. That's like, why would I pay for that? It's like paying for a nap. That's what happens to me. I fall asleep in every movie I ever watch. Second I sit down, it's all warm and dark, and I'm done. I'm out cold. Not many movies capture my attention. So you can see the very end of the sunset. Little tail end. This is the real end of the sick world going into a new clean world. Oh, Laura, that sounds divine. And what he said about the Bible talks about movies. Oh, the Bible talks about movies. Oh, Stuart, okay, that's interesting. I've never heard of that. The Pyramid Theater, is that in the Bible? The back seats where the fun is. Okay, jokes. We know what you do with the movies. Well, I don't watch any movies, and certainly not Marvel movies. What is that? That's like cartoons, right? No. Nope, not watching cartoons. Pretty soon, though, I think all of the movies that come out will be AI. Won't that be fun? No more need for actors and actresses. It's all gonna be fake. Okay, Stuart. Sorry, I'm dense. Hello, LaDonna. Good to see you, my friend. Captain America. Yeah, I wish Captain America would save us now. So beautiful out here. All right, you guys. Well, look, it's really dark. Can hardly see me. So I'm going to go back into my cold-induced coma. Been so tired today. I don't know why. And some of my friends say that I'm too tan. So also, I guess it's a problem. So I'm going to stay out of the sun. I'm going to take a nap. I'm going to relax. Soul on Fire. Thank you, Melody. That's an excellent movie. Maybe it will keep my attention. Yeah, most of the movies are horrible. Anyway, it is what it is. Thank you. My tan looks awesome. Thank you, Darla. Yes, it's freezing cold here in Florida. It is really taking a turn for the cold. Hi, P. Norton. You almost need to take out a loan going to the movies. It just about there where you cannot tell real from AI. Kind of scary. You know what it tells me? Let's just live in the real world. I want to live in the real world. I'm kind of sick of technology. I'm at the point where technology is a stupid fake world, and I don't belong there. All right, you guys, she says as she signs off on her technology. All right, you guys. Yes, freezing cold. We're all dramatic in Florida, Frank. If it gets below 70, we Floridians, we're bundled up in sweaters. I know it sounds crazy, but it's true. All right, you guys. Yes, everyone stay blessed. Thank you, David. We'll see you guys tomorrow on the next beach report. I'll go to the beach tomorrow, I promise. Ciao for now.